Thursday, and we got snow on the ground. It is, you know, that season is finally here. Um, and it's chilly, 33 this morning, high of around 36, mostly cloudy today. And we're just coming out of the full moon. Um, and so we have a waning gibbous. So the lighted portion of the moon is starting to fade, right? It is waning. And so um, we've been in a study of desire and satisfaction and rest, and now we're looking at unrest or no peace, right? And it all boils down to the heart, right? That's what we're. Do we desire His ways or do we desire our ways, right? And that's what it is. And so we're going to be in Isaiah 57 today, and our verse for the day is, "There is no peace, says my God, for the wicked." That's 57:21, Isaiah 57 and 21. "There's no peace, says my God, for the wicked." So, um, going back up to verse 13, "When you cry out, let your collection of idols deliver you." What? What's that mean? Your collection of idols deliver you. The wind will carry them all off. See, when you cry out to the Lord, for all those who call on the name of the Lord will be saved. That's Romans 10:13, right? Will be saved. Well, what are you crying out and why? Because there's distance, right? There's distance. What's putting distance is idols. It's idols. And we're idols. It's the desires of our heart. Anything that we desire or put over our desire for the Lord is an idol. It's an idol. Okay? Where do we put our hope? Where do we put our faith? Is it in the desire of our heart? Because if the desire of our heart is not the Lord and His ways and His things, then it's an idol. Okay? And so let them deliver you. So these idols that give us distance, when we realize it and we turn, we call on the Lord, and we will be saved. So that's how the idols deliver us. Okay? They deliver us in our repenting. The wind will carry them off, a breath will take them away. But he who takes refuge in me shall possess the land, the promised land, and shall inherit my holy mountain. Now, the Lord is on high. He is in the holy mountain. He is, uh, and that's Zion, right? That's Zion, and He is there, and it is high above everything, right? And really, um, only He is in that most elevated high place, right? Only He is. What's up, God's warrior? And then He said, "And it shall be said, build up, prepare the way, remove every obstruction from my people's way." Right? The biggest obstacle for His people, the biggest obstacle for us is our own heart. It's our heart. See, when God looked down on the earth and He looked at man, He saw the imaginations of the thoughts of his heart were evil always. Yes, the thoughts of his heart were evil always. And so it wasn't, He didn't say He looked down and He saw Satan um, tor- tormenting man. No, He saw man's heart tormenting man, right? That is what is the biggest obstacle, the biggest thing, the biggest obstruction for the believer. It's his own heart. Okay, it's his own heart. It's my own heart. For thus says the one who is high and lifted up, whose inhabitant, whose who inhabits eternity, right? So God, the Holy One, who inhabits eternity, He is high and lifted up above all of us, right? In that holy Zion place, I dwell in the high and holy place, and also with Him who is of a contrite and lowly spirit. So He Himself is above it all, and He is also inhabiting with those with the lowly spirit, right? The A contrite heart and a lowly spirit. Okay, and now, so he's dwelling with us if we have that contrite heart and that lowly spirit, that is not clinging to idols, that is willing to turn from his own heart. Okay, he's living, he's dwelling, right? I dwell in a high and holy place, and also with him who is of a contrite and lowly spirit. To what purpose? To revive the spirit of the lowly and to revive the heart of the contrite. Yes. Now, that sounds an awful lot like Matthew 5, doesn't it? The blessed, the Beatitudes, blessed be. Who's blessed? Those of the lowly, those that are peacemakers, those that mourn. What do we mourn? We mourn turning away from our own heart, right? We do it is, and that contrite heart, that lowly spirit, breaking our spirit needs to be broken so that it is under His will and His authority and desiring Him and His spirit. And when our spirit's broken and we receive that free gift and he enters into us, well, his spirit enters into us. His spirit bears witness with our spirit, boom, coming together, sealing us as witness to God the Father that we are His children. That's what happens. That's what takes place, and that's how He dwells with that lowly spirit, because He fills it and delivers it and restores it and lifts it up and gives us that repentant heart that desires Him, right? And His Spirit's in us. And guess what? It's there's a war. There's a war between our flesh, that our heart that craves these idols and our own desires, and the Spirit that is within us. Do, do you have the link between the years of God? I'm not sure I understand that question. Do you have the link between the years of God? Um, and then he says, "For I will not contend forever, nor will I always be angry. For the spirit would grow faint before me, and the breath of life that I made." So here's the thing, y'all. This is not going to last forever, okay? God is only going to call but so much. He's only going to give but so many chances. Listen, Jesus will return. Okay, there will be a rapture. There will be a tribulation. There there will be an Armageddon. There will be a 1,000-year reign. There will be an end to that. There will be uh, all his enemies will be defeated, and that includes death. They will be put under his feet. There will be um, a new heaven and a new earth. There will be a separation. There will be a judgment. There will be a final, a second resurrection, right? And there will be eternal heaven and eternal hell, and there will be no more strife. There will be no more. Uh, it will be locked, right? It will be locked, and those of us who are in there, it will be nothing but peace. It will be nothing but um, sitting in God's glory. It will be nothing but the fulfillment of desire of being with Him. And for those who are not, it will be nothing but gnashing of teeth, right? It will be nothing but life eternally distant from God. Yes. I'm not sure I understand the Coca Cola and root beer analogy, but the link between God and humans is the divine spark within us that connects our soul to its creator. Yeah, I'm not. I guess I got to process that statement, but the link between God and humans is God. He created God. God created man in His image. That's the link. Is He made us, uh, and that spark that He gave us the breath. He breathed on us. He breathed life into us. That is that this is spirit. Um, and yeah, I guess. Okay. Uh, but as far as like Coca Cola and root beer, eh, uh, I guess they're both good. Um, and then so because of the iniquity of his unjust gain, I was angry. I struck him. I hid my face and was angry. God does call, and when He does, it is not um, always a good feeling. It is he a lot of times, usually to strike, usually because I angered him. Um, and I notice uh, when he hides himself from me, he lets me dangle. Right, Romans 1. Uh, he turns us over to the lust of our heart, right, and he turned us over to the desires of their heart. He turns us over to what we want, right, and when we realize it, and we catch that chastening, and no man likes to be chastened, believe me, but God is always better. He is always right, and He chastens whom He loves. Okay. um he's then look here in verse 17. But he went on backsliding in the way of his own heart, in the way of his own heart. When God does come and He does strike us and He does hide His face and He is angry, don't continue backsliding. Don't continue backsliding. That's what that repentance, that turning, that lowly spirit, that contrite heart, that right is the difference between the righteous and the wicked. Okay, that is the difference between those who hear Him and those who don't. Okay, that's the difference between those who have peace and those who don't. I have seen His ways, but I will heal him. I will lead him, and I will restore him, comfort him, and his mourners, those who turn from their heart. Okay, that's who gets the comfort. Those who turn from the idols in their heart, the desires of their heart, and to the desires of Him. That I will comfort him and his mourners, creating the fruit of the lips. Peace, peace for the land, for the far and to the near. That's for Jew and Gentile. When everybody has this opportunity to, when they hear Him, to turn to Him, or, or there's this, um, and I need to say it correctly because there is this balance between um, choice, right, free will, and sovereignty, and both are happening at the same time, right? Both are happening at the same time, and so when He flicks that switch, and you're and he chose you before time began, right, and that switch is flipped, and you open up and you choose to see the light and you choose to hear it and you choose to turn, and and you are elect, right? You are elect, and it doesn't matter what nation you're from. There's only one in this age. It's the church, right? Doesn't matter your color, your skin. Doesn't matter whatever your sin is. It just matters the heart repents. Okay, the heart repents, and then He says, um, "And I will heal him. I will heal him, the repentant heart. He will heal the repentant heart. No longer do I mourn over those idols." Right? Except sometimes a memory will happen, or grief, or uh, regret. Right? Those things happen from like memories, and that I'm mourning over um, what I did, how I was living, what the way I used to be, or yeah, I remember doing that, or things like that. Now here it is. Let's finish it up here. 20 and 21. But the wicked, and we talked about this yesterday, Matthew 5:27 and 28, right? Everybody's going to hear, right? He's going to call, and everybody's going to hear. And there's going to be separation between the righteous and the wicked. Those who hear His voice, who's are the righteous, right? But the wicked are like the tossing sea. There's never rest. They're like the tossing sea, for it cannot be quiet. Nope. Can you make the waves stop in the ocean? Nope. Only God can, right? Only God can. So, and its waters toss up dirt and mire. Its waters toss up dirt and mire. Have you ever tried to go fishing after kind of like a rainstorm, right? The river water is just churned and dirty. You can't see it. You ain't never gonna catch a fish in that. Never, right? And that's what it's like for the wicked. Okay, they're just tossed along, churning up dirt and mire. And that dirt and mire is the sin in the heart, and the backsliding and the not turning. And he says, there it is. There's no peace, says my God, for the wicked. There's no peace, says my God, for the wicked. All right, you guys. Look, I got class tonight, so I don't know if I'm gonna be on tomorrow. We'll see. Um, lately, God's been, granting me and releasing me from Fridays that I can get a little extra sleep because I stay up a little bit later on the class night. So um, make it to church Sunday. Make it to church Sunday. You gotta get with the believers. You gotta sit under the preaching of the word. You got to be. Um, you got to be communing with the brethren. You got to be challenged by the word, edified, lifted up. Um, you know, get with the believers. That when you're with the believers on Sunday, that's pretty much the only time you're not outnumbered, right? By the wicked. That's the only time you're around others that have peace. You gotta make sure you get with them and receive the blessings of that. All right, receive the blessings of that. All right, you guys, grace and peace.